is the Bitfenix Prodigy M. We're going to be doing an unboxing video of it. Now I do apologize. I have already opened this and inspected it because there was a little bit of damage on the box, but the case was fine. I didn't want to start the unboxing video and have the case be all damaged from shipping. So thankfully it was not the case and I did not have to return it and get a new one sent back to me. So this is the new revision of the Bitfenix Prodigy Mini ATX case. This is the Micro ATX version now, which you can still do a Mini ATX in it, obviously. But let's just jump right in here. We have our little booklet here, quick installation guide. Don't use that. Let's flip this over here. Now the styrofoam did take a little bit of a hit, but it protected the case just fine. It wasn't even too bad. So we went with the midnight black. I think it looks sharp and sleek. This is also my first unboxing video that I will be doing, and I apologize if I keep having to. I have to stand my feet a little bit far apart because I'm too tall to fit into the view of the camera. Open. There we go. Now, supposedly from the outside looking at it, you're not supposed to be able to tell the difference between the Prodigy M and the original Prodigy, and I cannot tell the difference. One thing I always kind of noticed about the Prodigy is it's a little on the roly-poly side because of the way the way the feet are. It's not the most stable sitting upright. It does have a little bit of a rock to it. That's one downside. These are the flex things. Now I will say, if the nice thing about these, the way they are designed, is you can, obviously pick it up. You got 4 handles on the thing. You have the nice soft touch plastic, which they're known for. Looks pretty nice. The finishes and everything look good. There are some fingerprints on it already, which I know are not from me when I opened it the first time, because I didn't touch it that much. I didn't even take the bag off actually the first time, so someone opened this up and was touching it, or it's just someone must have been eating some greasy chicken wings when they were putting this together at the factory. So let's open this up here. Got the top panel filter here. And it's not too bad. Little mesh grill. They use metal, which is nice. It's actually got quite a bit of weight to it. It's not overly heavy, but it does have some substantial. So let's see. I really like the setup that they have here in the back for the expansion slots. Ooh, they are on there tight. The little sliding clamp makes it a lot easier to take those in and out. It does have a extension cord for the power plug. The power supply is actually front mounted. I knew this from looking at videos from the case before already. So that's nice that they've stuck that in there for you. Let's get the case, the side panel off here. Got the nice screws here, thumb screws that you can just easily take in and out. Ooh, those are some heavy side panels. These are incredibly heavy, incredibly strong. These have some serious weight to them. When you buy a higher quality product, that's what you expect to see. So this is the back. This is the cutout for the, well, it's a nice big cutout for the back of the motherboard. It has pre-installed risers for the motherboard to ground it in. Let's take the other side off so we can get a better view in here. Two more nice thumb screws. The side panels do not come off as nicely as I would expect them to. That is one thing I don't like about it. Some of the nicer cases I've seen, the side panels come off nice and easy. That's not the case with this one. These side panels are, don't get me wrong, very well made. Here is two brackets for the SSDs, which I will be utilizing. I believe I'm going to be setting one here, setting an SSD there. Haven't completely decided on what I'm doing with them yet, but I believe that's where they're going to go. But you never really know until you start putting it together. Let's flip this around. There's another bracket to attach some more hard drives to. They have the box of hardware accessories in there. Take this out of there. It comes pre-installed with two Bitfenix. I believe they have the same specs as their Spectre 120s. I believe that's what they are. Take this panel off. Now, I don't know if I could really commend them enough for how sturdy those side panels are. To put it to you, I have a InWin GR1 white case, which is a full ATX case. It's a big case. That's what my main rig's in right now. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, it's a nice case. It's a little gaudy for my taste, but again, I got a really good deal on it. They were selling everywhere for $149 when I got it, and I picked it up for $79 with free shipping. So I really couldn't pass that up. Like I said, I'm good at finding a bargain. That's what I love to do. So now we got this panel off. Anyways, the reason I brought that up, these little tiny side panels weigh more than the full ATX side panels of the InWin GR1. Okay, so just wanted to raise that point to you guys and how sturdy those cases are. I am disappointed that they don't come off that well, but given how sturdy those are, I'm gonna live with that. Alright, so now that you can see the inside here, and I apologize, I did get the black case, which is not the easiest probably to see. So here we go. I'm going to be taking these two fans out. Power supply is going to be going here. I really hate when companies do this. They make the space big enough for a 140 millimeter fan, but they give you and install a 120 millimeter fan. It really bothers me when a fan slot does not use the maximum allowed fan that it's supposed to. It really bothers me. It doesn't look right. It looks like it doesn't fit. It looks like it's not really supposed to be there, but it is what it is. The front panel, we'll figure out how this comes off. It's got little tabs here. There we go, that's pretty easy. It comes right off. It's a nice panel right there. I wonder, yeah, it looks like this is removable and replaceable. So it looks like the front panel can come in and out. Yep, it can. It can be removed and then replaced. I do like that. So the front panel here, this can be removed and then replaced. And there is a cutout here, which if you do take this out, this bracket looks like it comes out fairly easy. Yeah. Okay, so this bracket, like the original Bitfenix Prodigy, can easily come out with screws. You don't have to do any modding to the case to take that out. However, oh wait a second. Oh wait a second. Aha. Okay. Props to Bitfenix for this. So, most of the cases I've seen, this little plate here, if you take it out to put a CD-ROM drive in, a DVD drive, whatever, if you take this out to put it in, you can't put it back in after because it breaks off. What they did is you still break it off, but they put in little mounts to put screws in it to screw it back in after. So I'm really impressed with Bitfenix for that, because that is really paying attention to detail, and I really like that. So they've really done a good job with this case in designing it. Now this is a reverse case, so it is still throwing me off. The motherboard actually goes in inverted, so it's actually going to be upside down. The whole case kind of flipped upside down. You got the power supply in the front, you got the motherboard upside down. You can fit 2 hard drives, full-size 3.5 hard drives in here on the bottom here, and it has this little magnetic heat shield to prevent heat from coming from, and actually it's magnetic, but it has little sluts, so it locks into the bottom and doesn't move. So this shield keeps the heat from coming out of the bottom here. But what I'm going to be doing is a little bit different. You can fit 240 by 120 millimeter radiators in here, and honestly, I think you could even fit. I think you could fit 3 radiators in here. You could probably do. Yep, you can. You could do a 120 millimeter radiator here and 2 240 millimeter radiators here. Not a lot of people do the 120 millimeter radiators. I actually like them. I don't see why people don't like them, because if you have them set up in a push-pull configuration, you actually can get quite a bit of cooling from them, especially if you have a thicker rad, which you probably can't have too thick of a rad here, because it would probably, well, no, if you don't have a, yeah, you could actually put a pretty thick radiator here and put it in push-pull configuration, and you can't do, okay, the top, if you're doing SLI, you're not going to be able to do a radiator in the top. You're only going to be able to put a radiator in the bottom if you do SLI, because it's going to interfere with the expansion slots here, which you're going to need all of them if you're doing SLI. And so that's just wouldn't work. But I'm actually going to be doing a little bit funky. Usually when I build my cases, I have the airflow coming from the front and the bottom in, and actually the front, the bottom, and the back in. So everything is coming in, creating a positive pressure, and then I have the exhaust coming out the top because heat rises, and fairly successful cooling with that setup. This here, I'm actually going to reverse that because the power supply will be pushing hot air out the bottom. So if I had this big 230 millimeter fan on the bottom here, sucking air in that's coming out from the power supply, I'm just recycling hot air, and that's not going to work. So I'm going to be having it go from top down, which in theory is not going to be as efficient as going bottom up, but I don't think that we're going to notice, I don't think that we're going to have that much of a problem with it. I don't think we're going to notice too much of a difference, whether it's top down or bottom up. I don't think that we're getting in, we're not going to be getting that high temperatures in this case anyways, because we're not doing any extreme overclocking or anything like that in this build. This is a clear console build. Now this case is still very small, but it's a full function case, full size components. You don't have to get a small graphics card in it. You can put a full size graphics card in it. That's the biggest benefit. Full size power supply, full ATX power supply. You don't have to skimp out on anything here. And with the side panels off, this is unbelievably sturdy, even without those massive side panels on. So this case, even though it's a little wobbly, very well made, very solid construction. Very impressed with the quality that Bitfenix has put out in this case for only $100. They've put obviously a lot of thought into it. They've really taken a lot of feedback from enthusiasts and fans. They're really listening to what the people want, and it really shows in this case. It also looks like you could do, if you take this bracket out, you might even be able to fit a 120 millimeter fan in the front here above the power supply, and well, we'll try that when the time comes. So that's the case. That's my thoughts on it. Oh, and all the on-off button, the power switch, and everything is on the side, which I really think is nice. Having it on the top would have been fine too, but with it not being, with you having these fans and things here, I think it really cleans it up. Not having it on the front, I really like not having it on the front. But nice, sleek looking case. And this is what I was talking about. I'm not going to be using the magnetic plate here. I'm not going to be using that in the build because I'm going to be having the 230 millimeter fan on the bottom here, and we're going to be having the red LEDs come through the bottom here and give it a nice underglue. I might even be doing some red LEDs in the front, on the sides here, the top. I would like to put them in the bottom, but I can't because of the power supply. So I think hopefully if I just do some LED strips along the side here, the top and the other side, It'll have a nice glow in the front too, without being overwhelming. And you know, this also has the mesh panel front, which I really like. That's really the reason why I went with this over the white one, just because the mesh in the front, the mesh grill in the front, really, with the power supply being in the front, if you have that blocked off, that's one thing I don't think that Bitfenix really did a good job on, was with the front panel on the different colors, because it's a solid front panel, and I don't think it's gonna look right, perform as well if you're not getting good airflow to the power supply. So, they also give you this little cord here, which you just hook in underneath. This cord hooks in underneath to the power supply, keeps the cords clean, and it's coming out the back. Now the cable management, obviously not going to be able to do crazy cable management with a micro ATX build like this. But you are going to be able to hide it fairly well. So, alright, that's pretty much sums it up, I believe. So thanks for looking to see what I have to say, and you know, I would love any feedback and comments about what you would like me to do, like me to improve upon. If I missed anything in coverage, please let me know. So you know, I'm really just starting out. Oh, this it looks like. Yep, I got a nice little bracket here to install the power supply. I almost missed that. Oh, that's nice. So they have this bracket here, and I've got the cable still tied up here. So I'm just going to untie that. So, well, that's really nice. So they have this bracket that you screw onto the power supply. This makes it a lot easier to put into your rig. You screw this into your power supply, and you take this and hook it in. And it just holds the power supply in with one little screw, and makes it a lot easier to install a power supply than having to fuss around with screws at an odd angle. So really impressed with them on that one too. They've really outdone themselves. I do wish that these fans were 4-pin connectors. I'm really kind of disappointed. I don't understand why all new fans just don't have 4-pin connectors with them. But it is what it is. They come with the case. They're free, I suppose. But I mean, I'm sure you're paying for it. I'm sure that's figured into the cost of the case. I'm sure they're not giving away fans for free. But everybody's got to make money, which is how the world works. I'm a businessman myself, so I understand that. I will also say that, okay, they pre-install 4 risers for the motherboard, and then they give you a few other cutouts, so you are going to have to put some in yourself. They just give you the 4 that all ITX cases, all ITX motherboards have. So there we go. That's the Bitfenix Prodigy M.